Hey there, folks. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that may not be the most thrilling of topics, but is super important for anyone who wants to be financially savvy. That's right, we're going to dive into the world of credit scores. Now, I know what you're thinking. Boring. But trust me, stick around and you'll learn a ton about how credit scores work, why they matter, and most importantly, how to improve yours. So let's get started. First things first, let's define what a credit score is. Essentially, a credit score is a numerical rating that lenders use to determine how trustworthy you are when it comes to borrowing money. Think of it as a grade for your financial behavior. The higher your score, the more likely you are to be approved for loans, credit cards, and other financial products. Now, credit scores range from 300 to 850, with 850 being the holy grail of credit scores. However, don't worry if you're not quite there yet. There are plenty of ways to improve your credit score and get closer to that coveted 850. So, why do credit scores matter? Well, for starters, they can impact the interest rates you get on loans and credit cards. The better your score, the lower your interest rates will be. This can save you thousands of dollars in interest over time. Credit scores can also impact other areas of your life, like getting approved for a rental application or even getting a job. Employers may check your credit score as part of the hiring process, especially if the job involves handling money or other financial information. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about some ways you can improve your credit score. First and foremost, pay your bills on time. Late payments can seriously hurt your score, so it's important to make sure you're paying your bills before they're due. If you have trouble remembering when bills are due, set up automatic payments or reminders on your phone. Another way to improve your credit score is to pay down your debts. This can be easier said than done, but the more you can pay down your debts, the better it will be for your score. If you're struggling to make payments, consider reaching out to your creditors to see if they offer any hardship programs or payment plans. It's always better to communicate with your creditors than to just ignore the problem and let your debts go unpaid. Next, try to keep your credit utilization ratio low. Your credit utilization ratio is the amount of credit you're using compared to your total credit limit. For example, if you have a credit card with a $10,000 limit and you've charged $5,000, your credit utilization ratio is 50%. Ideally, you want to keep your credit utilization ratio below 30%. If you can, pay off your balances in full each month to avoid interest charges and keep your utilization ratio low. Another tip is to avoid opening too many new credit accounts at once. When you open a new credit account, it can temporarily lower your score. Plus, having too many accounts can make it harder to keep track of your bills and stay on top of your payments. And finally, check your credit report regularly to make sure everything is accurate. Mistakes in your credit report can hurt your score, so it's important to review your report for errors and dispute any inaccuracies you find. Whew, that was a lot of information. But don't worry, improving your credit score doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just take it one step at a time.